lived at one time a wood nymph named Pomona, whose skill in the care of plants and trees have never been equaled. She hardly noticed the rivers and forests, but loved the fields and orchards. These were her passion, her life. She didn't disdain Aphrodite as much as ignore her. She kept aloof from any suitor. There was, however, one suitor, the god of springtime, Vertumnus. He was
in love
with her more than all the rest.
He adored her.
In the manner of the Shire gods, he used to disguise himself, would put on the clothes of a farmhand, wear a straw hat and a working man's shirt, and stick hay stalks behind his ears to look like some sort of yokel.
Howdy.
When that produced nothing, he thought he might hold in his hand a pruner, trying to look like a field hand who tends the grapes in their arbors. After the complete failure of that, he thought he might come with a ladder, to seem as though he were a farmhand, bound for some nearby orchards. With wigs, costume, and makeup, he once tricked himself out as a soldier, romantically returned from foreign wars. Another time, he set himself up as a fisherman, fishing in her path on the chance she might pass by.
The point was just to be near her.
Stand there and gaze at her beauty.
And to maybe wish her a good morning.
Or
good afternoon.
Or
good evening.
Until he plotted on top.
I live for these trivial moments.
One day, he put on an old woman's dress and a wig and wandered through the green hills until he saw his beloved standing in the lavender.
Lovely, truly lovely. What you miss are lovelier still. Just look at that, would you? And see how that tree and vine complement each other, complete each other. Separate they aren't much, but together they're splendid. There's a lesson in that, my dear, one that you might consider. The way you've been keeping to yourself is no good. It's a sad violation of nature, as well as a waste. A lover is what you need to make yourself complete as a woman. You'd have many choices, I think, as many as hell. But there's one in particular I'd recommend. Vertumnus. I know him as well as I know myself, and I warrant a guarantee his eyes are for you alone. Consider he's young, healthy, attractive, and strong. Our tastes, too, are the same, for he likes the trees and gardens almost as much as you. Besides, he's fun and likes to take on various disguises. It's a game he likes to play. Believe me, you may take these words that I speak as if they were coming from his own mouth.
None of this was working.
Listen, aren't you afraid of offending Aphrodite? Don't you know the story?
What story?
The story of Cinyras, his daughter Mira, and Aphrodite.
No.
And he began to tell her.
Part 1, the mistake. There was a girl like you named Mira, and she too ignored Aphrodite. She wouldn't fall in love. There were suitors everywhere, but she was blind to them. Finally, Aphrodite had had enough and seized her with a passion. It was a passion for her father.
That isn't true.
It is.
You can shut yourself in a room, bolt the door, but love will come through the window. Draw the curtains, lock the casement, but love will seep through the walls. Never think that you can be safe from love.
She struggled hard against her passion.
Oh God, I pray you, keep off this wickedness. Make me a daughter to my parents. Even to think what I'm thinking is a crime. Or is it a crime? The animals I've seen will do as they desire. A ram goes to the ewe that he has sired, and birds will make a nest with those the nest once held. How happy they are to be so free. But we have laws! Yet there are countries I've heard with no such laws, where in the dark the bonds of love already strong might be made perfect. Why do I keep thinking of such things? Leave me alone! He is the best of men, the best of fathers, and I am his daughter! You have been virtuous in body, Mira, now be so in mind.
Mira,
Father?
why are you crying?
It's nothing.
Why should a girl like you be sad? There are suitors at our door every day, yet you keep weeping in the corners of the house. Is there someone special you're hiding?
No.
What are you waiting for?
Nothing.
What kind of husband would you want?
Unlike you.
May you always be such a good, sweet girl.
Midnight came and sleep crept into the palace to fold men in his arms. But Mira, she could not sleep. Tangled in a dream of her father, she tossed all night long. Like a tree once wounded by the woodman's axe, that leans first one way in the wind, then another, hesitates, but always falls.
Part 2, the solution.
Mira! What are you doing, my child? What are you doing? Nurse, leave me alone! What is it? Let me help you. The old are not altogether helpless. Has someone bewitched you? Spells may be broken. Or have you angered some god? Still you may look to appease by prayers and sacrifices even the heaven's anger. What else can it be? Your mother and father are well. I know. It's love. It must be love, but I can help you. Whatever it is, whatever you want, I swear by the gods to help you. Only tell me. Your father will never know. Go away! But why? Go away or stop it. Stop asking why I grieve. It's a crime. The thing you're trying to learn is a crime.
This went on and on, but the old nurse would not give up.
Oh, mother, mother. Happy in your husband. What does your mother have to do? Oh, child. Whisper in my ear and tell me I am wrong. I swore to help you, and now I must. Tomorrow your mother leaves for the Feast of Ceres. She'll be gone 9 days. Your father will drink. He will be likely, as any man can be, to listen to my suggestion. That a very pretty girl adores you, loves you, and wants to visit you in your room. Can she?
She's attractive?
Yes, and young.
How young?
Your daughter's age?
All right then.
There's one condition. She is very shy and afraid for you to see her.
How charming.
Part 3, the corridor.
In the small hours of night, when all was still in the palace, when the moon had fled from the sky and the stars were concealing themselves in a shroud of cloud, the girl set out for her father's apartment. She stumbled, recognized this as an omen, but nevertheless turned down the hallway. Clutching the nurse's arm for support, she continued down the corridor. The hall was apparently endless, but then, too soon, they arrived at the door.
Your girl is here.
Part 4, unnameable.
The girl slips out of the room, guilty but shameless.
There's nothing to fear or to hope for now.
And the second night, she returned.
Because twice is no worse than once.
And the third night, she's back again.
Let me see you.
No.
I want to see you.
No.
Let me see you.
No. She escaped into darkness, out of the room, the house, the city, into remote and exotic lands, even as far as the Arab wilderness.
Oh God, I pray you, change me. Make me something else. Transform me entirely. Let me step out of my own heart.
Someone must have heard her prayer, for she did change.
Some say she changed into a tree.
Some say she gave birth to a boy called Adonis.
Others contend she dissolved in tears.
And this last was not a mere expression, not some rhetorical term or poetic and hyperbolic trope, but simply the unadorned, terrible truth. She stepped into a shimmering stream, and her body melted.
And then she was gone.
This story got Vertumnus nowhere.
Wait. Why are you wearing that ridiculous wig?
I don't know.
And that idiotic dress?
I'm embarrassed.
Take it off. Take it off.
When at last the god finally revealed himself, much to his surprise, he had no need for words. Little Pomona was happy with what she saw, unadorned and undisguised. Soon enough, the vine was clinging to the tree.
Well, my parents were separated when I was really little. Like, before I was even born. It was sort of a one-night sort of thing. Except it was in the day, in a meadow, where my mother went to go watch my father pass by every day. Anyways, I always knew who my father was, and I'd see him go by every day. I mean, who doesn't? But I never really knew him. And he wasn't around. I mean, not around.
Where better might we find a more precise example of premature initiation than in this ancient tale of alternating parental indulgence and neglect?
I went to an expensive school, that was filled with boys who were, well, you know, sons of the rich and famous. And one day we're all on the playground, and this kid Ephesus, he goes to me. He says, "So Phaeton, blah, blah. Who's your father? What does he do? Blah, blah, blah." And I say, "He's the son." And you know what he says to me? He says, "Tell me another." And I say, "No, really, he's the son. He's Phoebus Apollo." And he basically just trampled me. I mean, beat the shit out of me, like I was lying.
Neither his own opinion of himself nor the regard for him, or lack of it in his peers, obviates the father's primitive role as initiating priest for the younger being. Now, it cannot be contested that the absence of this figure is for the son an almost irredeemable loss.
So I go home, and I say, "Mom, this happened. You know, at school." And she gets upset, crying and everything, because she still loves him, and it's an insult to her, too. And I say, "Well, you know, how come there's no proof? It's no fair to us that there's no proof." She gets even more upset. She says, "Hear me, my darling. Your father in all his glory looks down upon us. I swear, by his splendor, you are his truly begotten son. That fiery orb you see crossing the sky each day, who seeks and enlivens and enables the earth, is truly your sire. Hear me, my darling. Blah, blah, blah."
When he matures beyond the customary Eden of the mother breast, the child seeks to individuate beyond its enfolding gate, thus turning to the new symbols of the paternal realm. This begins his new spiritual passage from one sphere to the next.
So she tells me to go over to the valley where my dad goes to work every morning and just ask him to set things straight, to, well, you know, do right by me. So I set out. And it's hot. And it's dusty. It's a long way across Ethiopia. And I hitch part of the time, and I walk part of the time. And finally, I get there. And the hill is steep.
But this passage is never easy.
So I get to the front door, and there are my dad's 3 secretaries, the days, the hours, and the center. But they recognize me, so they told me to go on in. And there he is, all shiny and golden. I mean, he's so bright, I can't even see him. You know what he says to me? He says, my son, you're welcome. Speak, Phaeton, to your father. I mean, I just can't tell you what this means to me. I tell him everything. I just spill my guts. And he says, let me grant you a favor. Anything you ask for shall be yours. And he swears to it.
The conventional exordium of the initiate, from latent to realized potential, is inevitably accompanied by a radical realignment of his imago with personal relationship and parental authority.
There's only one thing I want. I mean, it's obvious, right? I say, give me the keys to your car. Immediately, he starts backpedaling, saying it's his job, and only he can do it.
You can't do it.
And then up in the sky, there's a bull, a lion, and a scorpion.
There's a scorpion.
To get me. And I say, it's my turn. Give me the keys to your car. You promised. I want to light the world today.
The father, or his substitute, must be assured, before he transfers the symbols of adult vocation, that the son is no longer operating from infantile complexes that may dangerously redirect his new task through unconscious promptings of self-aggrandizement, personal preference, or even resentment.
Where have you been all my life, Dad? It's my turn. Hand it over. So he hands me the reins, but he wants to give me advice. Like, don't fly too high, nor too low. Stay in the tracks. Go slantwise. And I didn't listen.
Myths are the earliest forms of science.
It was over before it even began. I mean, it was chaos, okay? Like, no one was even driving. My knees were weak, my eyes were blinded by all the light, and, well, I set the earth on fire. And then I fell. And it just destroyed me. I mean, completely and utterly destroyed me. O-V-E-R, over.
It has been said that a myth is a public dream. Dreams are private myths. Unfortunately, we give our mythic side scant attention these days, and as a result, we lose sight of a great deal. This means we lose sight and we no longer understand our own actions. It remains important and salutary to speak not only of The rational and easily understood, but also the irrational and ambiguous, to speak both privately and publicly.